Hey there, beautiful people out there, it's me again. So in today's video we are going to talk about vision boards. So I know it's still the beginning of the year, everybody's still trying to gather their goals together, or they're just now coming off of a break and now they're ready to start their 2020. So what better way and what better time to talk about this, just in case you haven't started your vision board and you're looking to start a vision board, or you don't know how to start a vision board. We're going to talk about that right here, right now. So in today's video, I'm going to show you and tell you what is a vision board, how to strategically create your vision board, what a vision board has done in my life, and I have receipts, of course. I brought the receipts, okay? And just to reassure to you how vital and how important having this is, because I know some people don't believe in it, or like they don't care for it. Like I remember I had did one, and then I remember hearing a preacher say like, don't do vision boards and da 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 da, because whatever God has for you, he has for you, and stuff like that, which is true. So I'm going to share this from a spiritual standpoint and a manifestation standpoint, but we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna talk about it. So without any further ado, let's get it. So if this is your first time on my channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey y'all, hey. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell twice so you never miss a video. And if you would like to see more of these videos, let me know down below and let's get into it. I've been doing vision boards for the past 5 years, but I started to see things happen within the past 3 years. What is a vision board? A vision board is pretty much a visual of the goals that you want to accomplish, or it's like a visual of what you want to manifest or what you want to happen in your life. And it's something that people do every year, or some people do it in the middle of the year, or they do it monthly if they have specific things that they want to accomplish. Because I'm a visual person. That's why I love YouTube, because I can learn from a visual standpoint. I can see things and learn things. So when I see things and I can see it internally and externally, it starts to manifest. So what you believe about yourself is what you become. And if you think positive all the time, or if you have faith in everything, or faith all the time, positive things happen for you. But when you think negative, you speak negative, you do negative things, that's the type of energy that you're bringing upon yourself, and that's why you are a negative person. It's mind-blowing, because you know, at first when I started doing vision boards, I wasn't intentional. I was just putting down what I wanted. So I had visions, I had goals, but I didn't have plans. So I would say, okay, I want a new car this year, so I would put just a car. Or I'll say, okay, I want to move this year, so I'll just put a house. I'll say, okay, I want to make $10,000 this month, so I would just put a logo of a bank. I was putting things that I wanted, but I wasn't specific about what I wanted. So the first time I did it, nothing happened. So I was like, okay, what's the point of me doing this? So I did it again the next year, and I put the same things on there, but I realized, I was like, okay, well, maybe I need to get specific about what I want. Okay, I want a new car. So as long as I've been an adult, I've always wanted a white Range Rover or a white Jeep Grand Cherokee. So I said, okay, when I save up, I'll get my Range Rover, because I want to pay for my Range Rover in cash. But as a mom-mobile, or just something, because I've never had a big car before, I've always had little cars. So I said, okay, I want to have a Jeep Grand Cherokee. So that, truck. So the next year I said, okay, I'm going to put a Jeep on my vision board. We used to live in Maryland, but we wanted to move to a bigger house because we knew we wanted to expand our family. So I just put a picture of a 4-bedroom house because we wanted to have another room. I told you guys about my journey, how it's been hard for me to find work. So I said, okay, well, I got bills, I got loans, I got stuff, so I need to find some way to make income. So I just put like a bank on my vision board. So that year things didn't happen, but what I wanted specifically, things started to work out on its own. So the next year I got specific. So I said, okay, got real specific. So I said, okay, I want a white Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland. They have the Laredo, they have the Limited, they have the Overland, they have the Summit. They have different kinds of Jeeps. So I said I wanted the Overland because the Overland is fully loaded, it's really nice and everything, and I need something like that, okay? So now I put the house again, but the year before, my husband and I, we were going around looking at houses, and we found one that we absolutely loved. So I went on Zillow, I printed it out, and I put it on my vision board. That year, I put a baby on my vision board, but unfortunately at that time, that's when we had our miscarriage, but I still got pregnant that year. So I was like, okay, I see what's happening now. I see what's happening. I see what's happening. So what I realized is I had to get specific about what I wanted. So I think that's why a lot of people aren't seeing what they want happen or come to fruition, is because they're not being specific about what they want. And you have to do the work. It's one thing to believe, but you have to do the work behind what you want to accomplish. So for me, something else I struggled with in the past, it's not doing the work. I had all the faith in the world. I started believing, receiving, fasting, and all that, but I wasn't doing the work. And remember, faith without works is dead. So you can have all the faith, crazy faith, traded faith, all the faith in the world, but if you're not willing to do the work, it's a dead dream. So I was specific about what I wanted, but I had to do the work. So with everything that I wanted, I started doing research. So I started going to different dealerships. I went to the Jeep dealership. I used to sit inside of Jeep Grand Cherokees, Overlands, because that's what I wanted. So I had to see myself driving it. I had to test drive it. I had to make sure that what my heart was desiring would happen in real life. Like I would enjoy it in real life. Well, like I said, my husband and I were going to different houses. Y'all follow me. Y'all know we used to go to model homes. We used to go to different homes, just seeing, you know, the different styles, the different builders and stuff like that. So the following year, 2018, I put it right back on my vision board. I said, okay, we're gonna get real specific. So 2018, my Jeep right here, but I printed out, this is the Limited. So I wanted a black Overland, but the price that I could afford at the time was a Limited. So I said, okay, well, this is what I want. I want the rims and everything just like that, and I wanted the like purple lights around it. Y'all, I had my baby in March. The following week, my husband said, we're going to go buy your Jeep. And I said, what? Like randomly, like just randomly, he said, we're gonna go buy your Jeep. And I said, shut up. So we went, everything got approved, and we drove off with our Overland. Like not a Limited, but an Overland. It wasn't the color that I wanted, but it was fully loaded. Everything, we got our Overland. I've just been putting on my vision board, on my vision board every single year until I got it, because it's something that my heart desires. It's a specific house that we wanted. We didn't get this house. However, we did move to a whole nother state, a whole nother region. And in my 2019 vision board, see specifically, I put build a house in Texas. It's not the exact house, but it's a house that was a new construction, but I had tied it into saying building a new house in Texas. And you guys saw, we built a house in Texas. 2018, you guys can see I put a family of 4 and a baby boy, because you know, life sometimes happens. You know, they can say it's a boy and it ends up being a girl. So I was like, okay, we're gonna be specific, okay? So I put a baby boy, and that's us, a family of 4. Like I said, you just have to be specific about what you want, because you have to remember, we serve a God that gives us the desires of our heart. So yes, you may want something, but you got to be specific about what you want. And you have to keep believing that what you want, you can have. It's just going to take time, it's going to take work, and it's also going to take believing in what you want. So like I said, there are things that I wanted before that I really didn't need, but I guess I just desired it because it seemed like, oh, okay, that's the cool thing to have, or to want, but I had to really get specific about what I wanted. Habakkuk 2:2, write the vision, make it plain. So when you make it plain, that means you gotta be specific. So I'll give you another example. So 2019, I said, okay, we're gonna get real specific this year, okay? So I was like, we're gonna just make it big and bold next year, okay? At the top, dreams don't work unless you do. So I told you guys that I used to dream, believe, pray, everything, but I was not putting any action behind what I wanted. So I knew I had to work for what I wanted. I had to put my fears to the side. I had to put imposter syndrome to the side and do the work. So I started becoming intentional about what I wanted and working towards what I wanted. How I make $100,000 from home. So I didn't make $100,000 yet, but I knew I wanted to work from home because it's been hard for me to get a job. So I knew my only option at this point was to work from home. So I started becoming intentional about my online stuff and really kind of learning how to grow and how to, turn my online stuff into a legit business. Last year, I've made the most money with my blog, Instagram, YouTube than I have in all the years that I've done online stuff. I mean, I've had 4-figure months, okay? Like in February, that was my first time ever making 4 figures in a month from brand sponsorships and all of that. And I'm just like, oh my gosh. So not comparing myself, but if I made 4 figures in 1 month from my little following, imagine what other people with big followings are making a month. So that's how I knew it's real. You can make money online. You just have to be strategic and all that. So if you guys would like to know how I did it and all that, please let me know and I will be glad to help you, because I'm sure there are other stay-at-home moms that are looking for ways to make money online. So yes, February was my first time making 4 figures from online stuff. So I was like, bro, oh my God. So I took a blank check from my account and I put my brand name, which is Chrissy Wise, and I put $5,000 in sponsorships, brand sponsorships. I made more than that in a year. And I'm just like, whoa, okay. I'm gonna pay off stuff, no more debts. The days and months are going by. We're paying off debt, paying off our credit cards. We've already paid off 1 credit card, but we're still using one because we have points that we use. So we still use it, but we pay it off every month. So that's eliminating debt as we can. We want to pay off our cars. We want to pay off most of our mortgage. We want to pay off student loans. Like, we just have specific things that we want to pay off, and we're going to do just that. So a few other things. I didn't get the YouTube plaque. I didn't get invited to YouTube Black or the Next Up, because I applied for the Next Up program. I didn't get it, which is fine because I'm going to put it right back on my vision board until it happens. Some of the brands that I wanted to work with, I didn't work with Cream of Nature. I didn't work with Pampers. I didn't work with Colgate, but it's okay because they're going right back on my vision board for this year. Here, magazine and commercial features. So I didn't get the commercial, but I was featured in not only 1 magazine, but 2 magazines. I was on the cover of a local magazine here. That's crazy, right? So you guys can see here, I was in a magazine, and I can't believe it, y'all. Like, just listening to myself, like, I'm trying not to cry because it's real. So the local newspaper, they have their own fashion and lifestyle magazine. So they did a Q&A about me and my journey here in Texas. I mean, I can go on and on and on, but it will be a whole different video. So I could do a part 2, but I just want to tell you guys that it's real. Like, you just have to get strategic and you have to be specific. You can't just cut out things in a magazine and be like, oh, okay, exercise. Okay, how do you want to exercise? Do you want to do yoga? Do you want to do Peloton? Do you want to do Zumba? Like, you got to be specific. You want to lose weight. Okay, how much weight do you want to lose? Do you want to lose 20 pounds? Do you want to lose 50 pounds? You have to be specific. Nothing's going to manifest for you if you aren't specific about what you want. And I think that's why a lot of people have lost hope and faith in these vision boards, because I mean, yes, you have to trust God's time, and trust me, you have to trust God's timing, but you have to understand that we serve a God that gives you the desires of your heart if you delight in him, and you also have to have faith. But with faith comes work, because faith without works is dead. So if you don't believe that what you want can happen, and if you aren't putting in the work for what you want to happen, nothing's going to happen. And I learned that for 2 years while doing these vision boards. I had to really get specific, and I also had to do the work. Like I said, I like to keep my vision board like just to myself, because I want to make sure that I'm not making moves prematurely, and that I'm also not losing focus, because that's the worst thing you can do, is just lose focus on the things that you're trying to accomplish. So I just like to keep mine to myself. But I want to show you guys a few things that I would like to happen this year, and hopefully speaking it into existence on YouTube, you guys will be able to see it manifest before our eyes. So of course, financial freedom. No more debt, because ain't nobody trying to be living in debt and having a whole bunch of debt. Like, I ain't got time for that. Kids are already expensive as is, so I want to make sure that we get rid of most of our debt, so that way we can continue to invest in their future. A few things I do want to do. I would like to do some commercials. Like, I put that on my vision board last year to do commercials, but it didn't happen, so I said I'm gonna put it right back on my vision board. And that's another thing, if you don't accomplish something one year, if you believe that that's what you want for your life and for yourself, keep putting on a vision board, because obviously it's a desire of your heart. You have to trust that God is shifting things on your behalf, and then it will happen when it's supposed to happen. So something that didn't happen in 2017, if you believe that's going to happen in 2020, keep putting it back on your vision board. You got to keep believing. You have to keep being specific. If you wanted a baby in 2015 but it didn't happen, put a baby boy. If you want a baby boy, put it on your vision board today. You have to be specific. I put TV commercials, especially with my family. So I would love to do commercials with my family or my kids, something of that nature. Always been subscribed to Essence magazines or Essence online, and I would love to be featured in Essence for some reason. I have Forbes. So I have Forbes here. You guys that want to step out into entrepreneurship. So there are a few business ventures that I would love to start, and you know, I'm not putting it on the back burner anymore. I'm just going to do it. However it happens, it will happen. God's got me, so I'm just going to do it anyway. But because I took that leap of faith, I hope that that's something that Forbes will want to, you know, feature, because a lot of people have these entrepreneurial ideas, but they don't want to take the first step. So hopefully my story can be a living testimony to be featured in Forbes entrepreneurship or something like that, or entrepreneur. I also have 40 under 40, because I'm in my 30s, so I can't do 30 under 30, but you know, I'm under 40. So if I do well with my business, I hope to be selected for 40 under 40. And it's crazy, every time I travel, I always get a book about financial stuff or about entrepreneurship. I was at the airport, I found Forbes, and guess what was on the cover? The 30 under 30. And it's very inspiring to see and hear people's stories. But the fact that the 40 under 40 was on my vision board, and then this happens to be what I picked up at the airport, the 30 under 30 issue, it's closer than I think. It's closer than I think, you guys, okay? Step into entrepreneurship. I would like to do major campaigns, like with huge brands like Pampers, Old Navy, Carter's, like, oh my god, just like big brand. And like I said, I don't have a big following, y'all. I don't have a big following, but the fact that I was able to work with some of my favorite brands, Powerade and SeaWorld, San Antonio, like, I mean, stuff like that, like, mind blown. So I want to do photo shoots with major brands. I have Disney cruise, because y'all know I love Disney, so I would love to partner with Disney. I want to become part of their Disney social medias. What is it called? The Social Media's Mom Club, or I think they changed it. It's called the Moms Panel or something. So I would love to be a part of that. I want to visit Hawaii. I want to travel more. As you guys can see in the middle, of course, obedience, because that's something that I've lacked in order to make these things happen. I was not obedient to God, so I said I'm going to humble myself and just trust his plan, and trust, you know, just be obedient. Anything he tells me to do, I'm gonna do it, and just trust that he knows what he's doing. And then also a family of 5. You guys can see that's the big guy, that's me, Tristan, Maddie, and then a baby with a pink bow. Like I said, you have to be specific. I found a picture that like looked just like us, like age and everything. You saw the big girl, the little boy, and then the baby. So I drew pink heart because, you know, I mean, whether it's a boy or girl, you know, it's whatever, as long as the baby's healthy. But I was like, let me, you know, little girl want me nice, you know. So I was real specific about that, and just other things that I want to venture onto. I even put a 5-bedroom house because I love our home, but when it comes to having guests over and with the kids, I would love for us to have an extra room, or 2 rooms actually, extra 2 rooms for them to have their own playroom, and for us to have a guest room, because this is my office and we're going to turn it into an office and guest room, but it's a little cluttered in here. I don't know how the guests gonna fit in here. So I'm sorry this video was long, but I want you guys to understand how powerful it is. 3 tips I want to give you guys, and like I said, if you want another video, I'll be glad to do it, is get quiet and visualize internally, what do you want for yourself. So everybody has visions, everybody has desires. You have to know what you want for yourself. So if it's for that year, good. If it's for the next 2-5 years, excellent. You have a plan. You can't have a dream without a plan, because that's working backwards. That was my struggle, dreaming and having desires but no plan. So have a plan set for what you want. When it comes to the vision board, be specific about what you want. So like I said, if you want to lose 20 pounds, take a picture or type it in Word and put 20 pounds or lose 20 pounds, because that way you know that that's a specific goal that you want to accomplish. Not just losing weight, but losing 20 pounds. That's that. If you want twins, okay, find a picture of a family of 4 or family of whatever, twin babies, put a little bow. Be specific, okay? You have to be specific. If you want a new car, what kind of car do you want? You want a Chevrolet? Okay, get a picture of a Chevrolet Cruze, a Chevrolet, whatever, print it out and put it on there. You got to be specific. And the third thing is keep believing. Like I said, if it doesn't happen for you this year, keep putting it on there. If it doesn't happen next year, keep putting it on there. You got to keep believing, because yes, you may want something, but maybe it's just not the right time. But that should not mean give up on what you want. You have to keep believing. So like I said, if something didn't happen last year and you want it to happen this year, cut that picture out of your vision board and put it on your new vision board. 2018, I had something right here. I can't remember what it was, and I wanted to accomplish it the next year, and I did just that. So you got to keep believing. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know down below, and I'll be sure to answer those for you guys. But like I said, if you like a part 2 or you like other stuff like this, let me know as well. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.